Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to show you how to do this assignment in Google Docs. Okay, we need to type out these sections. There's 4 sections. This is the first one, and we're going to type these out in a doc, and we're going to use the tab button. If you'll notice, these are kind of set up into columns. Okay. And usually like with the first Microsoft Word assignment that we did last week, the columns, you would type in a word and then you hit enter, go down in the next column. But in this assignment, what we're going to do, we are going to use the tab button. Okay, and let me show you what this is going to look like. Okay, it's going to look like this. So there's 6 in each list. Okay, but what we're going to do instead of typing it down each column, okay, we're going to go across. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to have this page open, and then we also want to have a new Google Doc. Okay, so find your digital literacy folder and then click on New and go to Google Docs. Okay, it'll take a second to load. While it's loading, let me just remind you that we are going to be using the tab button on the keyboard for this assignment. Okay, other than that, it should be pretty easy once you kind of get the hang of it. So we're gonna work on this section. I'm going to show you how to set up each section, and you're not going to see me type out all of the lists here, but we'll just do one section at a time. So this is still loading. Sorry, my computer's a little slow here. I'm going to pause until this finishes loading. Alright, so it got loaded up. The first thing we want to do is let's go ahead and rename this. This one is the Word 3 with your first name, last name. Just leave it consistent. Alright. Okay, you definitely need to make sure that you see the ruler right here, okay? And again, we want to make these narrow, so click in this little gray area of the ruler and drag it over to the left, so it says 0.5 inches, and do the same over here on the right until it says 7.5 inches, okay? We are going to recreate the first. Pause for a second. Okay, guys, we need to make sure that the ruler is highlighted. By default it is. If not, go to View and go to Show Ruler, and it will give us that option. So first one we want to type out is computer viruses. Okay, so I'm going to type out computer viruses. Just do it up here at the top, if I could type. Okay, and hit enter and go down to the next line. Okay, on this next line, this is where we want to add our tab stops. That's what they're called. They're called tab stops. Okay, let me show you real quick what that looks like. When you hit the tab button on the keyboard, okay, it moves it over. By default, it moves over 1/2 inch. Okay, so you can kind of predict where it's going to be. Custom tab stops means that we can click inside of this ruler. Okay, I'm going to go back to the beginning here. You can click inside of the ruler to tell the tab where to stop across the page. So instead of stopping at 1/2 inch, every 1/2 inch, it will stop at where you specify. Now, I have some very specific numbers here. These numbers are used for Microsoft Word, but if you're using Google Docs, let's just get it kind of close to this stuff. So a 0.8 is almost at a 1, okay? So I'm going to click right here. It's almost at a 1, so I'm going to click right here and set up my first left tab stop, okay? Alright, now I'm going to do the next one at 2.2. So that is just past 2. So I'm going to do it right about there and a left tab stop, okay? In Google Docs, it does not have to be precise, okay? We need to make sure that we have enough room for everything. So 3.8. 3.8 is almost a 4. So I'm going to click on that one right there and left tab stop, okay? And then 5.1, just past 5. So I'll go right about there, left tab stop, okay? So now when you hit tab on the keyboard, it goes directly to, it lines up directly with these blue triangles right here. There's 4 blue triangles across. So I'm going to type in these first 4. Acid, acne, AIDS, ambulance. Okay. Alright, so you hit tab to begin with, okay, to line it up with this one, and then you hit tab after each one. When you get to the end, hit enter, go down to the next line and hit tab, okay. I'll do one more line. You guys should do all of them. I'm going to pause the video and finish it. Pause the video where you guys want to, and then, so I have bomber, brain, bite, bandit, Christmas tree. Okay. Alright, guys, hit enter, hit tab to line it up. I'm going to pause right here and then show you the next steps, okay? Alright, guys, I am finished with the first list, and this is what it looks like. All of these line up with these blue triangles, okay? I hit enter a couple of times and I came down here, and I'm going to type out the next title, which is computer terms. So I'm going to type out computer terms and fix that. Alright. I'm going to come down here. I'm going to hit enter, come down to the next line. Now what I want to do on this one is I want to clear out these triangles. So I'm going to click and hold them. I'm going to just drag them all, click on the blue triangles, and you can drag them over here because we're done with these ones. Okay. Do this only after you are done with the first list, the first section. Okay. Otherwise it will mess things up, and we don't want that to happen. So those are over here. We're just going to ignore those, and we're going to set up some new ones right here. So we're going to set up center tabs, 1.2, 2.4, 3.6, and 4.8. Okay, center tabs. So when we click on the ruler now, let's go 1.2. It's just past 2, or just past 1. 1.2 is just past 1. I'm going to click right there. And we want center alignment or center tab stop. Okay, so instead of the triangle that points to the right, it's going to be a diamond shape. So I'm going to go to 2.4, which is almost at 2.5. I'm going to go right about there. Okay, 3.6, which is right past 3.5. So I'm going to go to right about there and the center one. And then, did I have those right? 3.6, 4.8, 1.2, 2.4, 3.6, 4.8. So I'm going to do 4.8. That's almost at a 5. And center. Okay. So now when we hit tab, we're going to line it up with this, and it's going to be center alignment. Okay. I'm going to do the first 4, keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner. Okay. Keyboard, mouse, printer, scanner. Okay. And I'm going to hit enter and come down to the next line. I'm going to hit tab, and it's going to line up in the center of these words right here. So we're no longer using these ones. It's going to be set up differently. Okay, I'll do one more. I'm going to pause it. I want you guys to pause the video and work on this part. Okay. Okay, guys, check it out. I've got my second list. This is what it looks like. My second section looks like this, and everything is lined up with in the middle with these diamonds right here. So I'm going to go down to the next. I'm going to hit enter a couple of times, and I'm going to just drag these, move them over, and we're going to make them kind of disappear off of the page like this. And we are about halfway done with the assignment. I'm going to give you, let's see, okay, so computer programs, I'm going to give you instructions on this one, and then this one. This one says decimal tabs. That's only available in Microsoft Word. So in this one, we are going to use right tabs as well. Okay, we're going to use right tabs as well, but they're going to be set up at different numbers than this one up here. So right tabs 2, 3.5, 5, 6.5. Okay. Right tab. So I'm going to type in computer programs, and I don't know why I do that. I hold down the shift too much. Okay, I'm going to come down here to the next line, and I'm going to go to 2 and then 3.5. So I'm going to do 2 right there, and I'm going to do right tab 3.5, right tab. I'm going to do 5, right tab, and I'm going to do 6.5, right tab. Okay, so now these arrows are pointing the other direction. Okay, so when I hit tab, it lines it up with this one. Okay, we are going to do Word, Publisher, PowerPoint, Firefox. Okay, Word, PowerPoint, Publisher, Firefox. Okay. You'll notice that there are some dots right here, some periods. Now, those are automatically added in Microsoft Word. Those are automatically added when we set it up with dot leaders. But on here, what we need to do after you type out the words, just go ahead and put in some periods right there. Now, if you put too many periods in there, look at what happens. Okay. Now, Word is going past that point right there, and we don't want that to happen. Okay. It's easy to kind of see where these are. Just go up until the previous word. So do this. Previous word, guys. I'm sorry this video is a little longer than normal. This is a little bit more of a little bit more complex assignment, a little bit more involved than the other ones that we've done so far. Okay. Okay, so it looks like that. I'm going to pause the video. You guys should pause the video and work on this one. Come down here, hit tab. Type out the next line, type out the next 4 words, and then add in the periods. Okay, flash fireworks. Acrobat Photoshop. Okay, I'm going to pause right here for you guys. Alright guys, the last part is dealing with numbers. Now, decimal tabs is something that is just for Microsoft Word, so we're going to do something a little bit different. Okay, you notice how all of these are lined up to the right, or right alignment. Okay, we see the same thing with these ones right here. Okay, so instead of, since these are right alignment and we need to do these ones at right alignment, we are going to take these numbers and change them into these numbers. We're going to keep the alignment. The reason earlier that we moved these all the way over, okay, is because the alignment was not correct. So I'm going to type in numbers right here, like that, and then I'm going to go down to the next line, and I'm going to take this triangle right here, and I'm going to move it to 1.5. I'm going to take this triangle and I'm going to drag it over until this says 1.5 right there. Okay, now that's going to be my new one, my new number. I'm going to do 3. I'm going to drag this one over to 3. I'm going to drag it until it says 3. 4.5 and 6. Okay. I'm going to drag this one over to 4.5. I'm going to drag this one over to 6, like that. Okay. Now all I need to do is hit Tab, okay, and it lines it up with this one. I'm going to type in some numbers here. So 1.61. I'm going to hit Tab. I'm going to go to the next one. I'm going to hit 654.25. 654.25. And then 873.14. 873.14. Then the last one, I'm going to hit 54. I'm going to type 546.57. 546.57. I believe that's what it was. Okay, guys, this is what it will look like. I want you to finish this list, and then we have to turn it in just like the other assignments, and then let me know if you have any questions. You can email me or contact me during office hours. Thanks. We'll talk to you later.